I have the feels for the Colorado BDR. I have 2 sections left to finish it, sections 4 and 5.
Talcum got me. I didn't expect it, and it threw me into a rut.
I've got some butterflies, and I'm excited to get it done. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. I have 2 sections left to do of the Colorado BDR, and I've been piecing it together over the past 2 years, just hitting what I could depending on where I was at. So I still have to do section 4 and section 5. And since I rode section 6 from the north to the south, I thought I would ride 5 and 4 in that same direction. And it's kind of where I'm going to be, so it pieces it together better.
All right, I'm in a steamboat. Got gas, got a drink, got a snack, and it is time to go get on section 5 of the BDR heading south.
Now, I know there's going to be some challenges. Hagerman Pass. And I've got the butterflies, and I definitely have the feels and excitement for doing and finishing the rest of the Colorado BDR. So let's stop talking and get to it. I'm about 30 miles short of the end of section 5, and I've just been motoring through. There wasn't a lot of good places to stop when I was at higher elevation. And starting the day at 36 degrees and seeing a high temperature of 94 degrees is it's been rough. I am really hot right now. So I did need to take a break. The one thing I'll say about section 5 is there's no places to stop. There's no general stores, no gas stations. So when you leave Steamboat, make sure you have plenty to drink and have snacks. I had thought there was gonna be a couple places maybe I could get lunch. Haven't been able to do that. It's fine. Like, I'm about 45 minutes away from the next town and the end of section 5. So I'll grab food and do that there. Now I will say around the middle of around mile 55 to 60, that section in there's a pass you go over. It's really steep, makes it interesting, kind of breaks up the monotony of just gravel roads weaving in and out. So it's not terribly loose. There's a few spots that are a little bit rocky, but nothing of great significance, but it does add a little interest to it. And then when you get down into the Colorado River area, woo, that's where it was hot. So anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit of hydration, drinking a hot Monster and a little caffeine to give myself a little bit of a kick since I haven't had anything to eat since this morning. So anyway, section 5, not bad. I think if you're a beginner, you'll be able to do it, and it'll stretch you a little bit, which is perfect without being overly challenging. So just keep that in mind if you come out.
Well, Talcum got me. I didn't expect it, and it threw me into a rut. Shitballs. So, at least it's just powder. Well, after 19,000 miles, I finally dropped the bike. I hit a section of talcum powder that I wasn't expecting and got cross-rutted, and the bike just went right around. So I am covered in dust. Not a big deal. One of the straps there broke. I can zip tie it back on, not a big deal. And everything else, from what I can tell, other than just being super dusty, came out okay. So yeah, bummer. I was hoping to make it to 20,000 without any drops. It wasn't that hard to pick up, you know, whatever. So anyway, I need to finish section 5. I just wanted to let you know that on this part out of Gypsum, there's a lot of talcum powdery sections, and I wasn't paying attention. I lost focus, didn't see it, and by the time I saw it, it was too late. So anyway, it happens. Time to move on. Everything looks okay. All right, just a quick recap. I am 31 miles into section 4. I need to find a place to camp tonight. I finished section 5, and as I had mentioned earlier, it was incredibly hot in the Colorado River Basin, but I got through that, got gas, got some tacos in Gypsum. The taco stand there is really good. Should have taken a picture of it. Anyway, I will say that Colorado needs rain really, really bad. These roads, starting section 4, it's just almost all talcum powder with just loose, big rocks. I won't even call them baby heads because they're bigger than that. And they're not round at all. They're just chunky rocks that used to be embedded. They're flicked up. So I'm guessing the rest of section 4 is gonna be very similar to this. So I think it's going to take me maybe all day tomorrow. I've got about 110 miles to ride, and at this rate, because it is so powdery and rocky and loose, I don't like to ride over that stuff really fast because you can't see where the ruts are. And if you're going really fast, like happened earlier today, you can get cross-rutted, not know it, and then bike is gone. So anyway, having a great time. I'm glad I'm up here finishing it. Colorado's on fire. I just got an alert, another fire was started, and somewhere, wherever the Croshow fire is, I got an alert on my phone that has no cell service. So very interesting. I don't think it's around here. I don't see fire trucks flying around. So I guess if I wake up to trucks running up and down, and they're gonna notice that I'm here, hopefully, I'll be notified that I need to evacuate. So we'll see. Hopefully nothing serious. Anyway, yeah, pond over here. I'm gonna go fishing because that's what I wanna do. If you get a chance, get out and do some riding, whether it be a BDR or whatever you have in your backyard. You can't go wrong. Find a place to go camp. It is an awesome way to spend your time. Halfway through section 4, riding north to south, finished Hagerman Pass this morning and went into Leadville. I will mention a couple of things. One is I am thankful I ran into Andy at the base of Hagerman Pass because I got jammed up in a spot. There's a water crossing and a really steep uphill, and I didn't have enough momentum, and I got stuck on that hill, and I was just spinning and kicking sand everywhere. So he came down and helped me. Unfortunately, some of the best parts of Hagerman Pass I didn't get recorded. I was just caught up and everything is going on. So I'll do the best I can and show you what Hagerman Pass looks like. It's pretty rugged, and I've seen several videos on it, and I think that even those videos don't quite do it justice, even though they try to demonstrate that it is a challenging pass. There's sections that are just big rocks, loose rocks, and there is no good line. You basically just have to give it gas and get the tires rolling through it, and hopefully you don't spin and lose traction. Coming north to south, I feel like it was a little bit more challenging throughout the entire climb, where if you're going south to north, there is a section. It's fairly short, but there is a really nasty section that is just completely rutted out with a lot of off-camber stuff. It was much easier going down. I think going up, that would be pretty challenging, but going down, you can just hug the edge and take that off camber, and hopefully you got good knobbies on, and the knobbies will dig in. If you don't have knobbies on, then you're gonna be miserable. Anyway, Hagerman definitely lived up to the reputation that I had seen, and not gonna lie, I was a bit anxious going into it, and I'm really glad I had someone to ride that pass with. I think that was instrumental in me being able to get through it because I got stuck on that water crossing. Leadville, crazy busy. They have a long distance ultra marathon getting ready to go on this weekend. There were people everywhere, no place to park. The restaurants were pretty busy once they opened up. So yeah, anyway, it's a good experience. I have Weston Pass to do now, and I'm looking at it. Nobody talks about Weston Pass, so I'm assuming or guessing that it's really nothing of great significance other than a dirt road. I've talked to a couple people about section 4 and nobody has said anything about it, and I'm looking up the valley and it just looks like a dirt road. I'm sure there's a few chunky spots, but nothing like Hagerman Pass. So let's get going and get this finished and get into Buena Vista and then try to find a place to camp tonight. Hopefully not too busy. All right, I think it's time to wrap this video up. So coming off of Weston Pass, it looked like it was starting to rain. I was getting sprinkled on and there was a storm coming, so I had to really get down that quickly. So I didn't do a lot of filming, just getting off of Weston Pass and getting down to the end. And then there was the section, just kind of weaving through some of the just little forest trails. It was a ton of fun, a lot of water bars. I put the bike in the air quite a few times, so that was a blast. And you know, I wasn't going overly fast, just enough where I could have some fun on the water bars and not be totally out of control. And then it weaved through the forest there, and really that was probably the most fun section I had throughout all of section 4, mostly because it was flowy and it was faster, and the challenge was really low. It was really fun and easy. And then I was gonna do that last section of section 4 where it goes into Buena Vista, but there was another rainstorm coming through and heavy winds. And I knew that going through that Intero area, if I got caught in a really heavy rainstorm, I would get into trouble in there. So I went ahead and looped around to Buena Vista. So I'm doing this last section, which is the first section of section 4. I'm doing it in the south to north direction just because I had grabbed a bite to eat in town and just wanted to finish it. And it's only 4 o'clock, but it is Friday. I know it's gonna be hard to find places to camp if I continue on. I have a pretty cool place right here that I'm gonna stay at. I don't see any point going any further, and I'll finish for maybe 15 miles, 10, 15 miles tomorrow morning and loop around and probably jump on 3. So sections 5 and 4, for all intents and purposes, are in the books. I wanted to mention the section outside of Buena Vista. I had read and seen things that people said it was pretty sandy through here. It's sandy, but I don't think there's plenty of other sections that are equally as sandy. It's not that bad. I think if you have a good knobby tire on your bike, you'll be fine. You can get through all this. And I don't ride sand fast, and with big good knobby tires, they sink in well enough that I've got plenty of traction. I don't need to ride fast to be able to get through it. So anyway, if you have ridden section 4, section 5, let me know what your favorite parts of those sections are. Leave that in the comments below. And if you are planning to do the Colorado BDR and you haven't done it yet, let me know when you're planning to try to do that. Now, I will say July and August are probably the best times of year, but if you're at the high elevations, plan on it getting really incredibly cold. 2 nights ago it was 36 degrees. Last night it was 40 degrees when I got up. So plan for cold and hot, riding in 40-degree temperatures and riding in 95, 100-degree temperatures. So you're gonna be in and out of that, so be prepared for it. Anyway, remember, you can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. So go out and ride one of the BDRs that's been taunting you or really in the back of your mind, something you wanna do. Just get out and do it, because you don't know when you're gonna have another chance. Thanks for watching. Get out, do some riding, ride safe, and I will see you out there. All right, I'm doing a little bonus riding, and I came to this. I'm by myself, and I stepped in right there and sunk immediately, and trying to go through this fast with that post there by myself on a, with all my gear, 500-pound bike plus me on it. Not happening. So let's turn around. I don't mind. It's the risk is not worth the reward being out here by myself.